Well, so mystified by what some have called the bizarre attack by the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power on Mammoth's water rights, officials have begun to organize an appeal to LA's mayor and other officials to seek a peaceful resolution and forget the lawsuits. Bennett Kessler filed this report. Now, when Mammoth Community Water District Manager Greg Norby spoke to the Mammoth Lakes Town Council last week, he laid out the legal attacks by the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power to take all of Mammoth's water rights in Mammoth Creek. Norby said, quote, "The city of Los Angeles has put up its whole weight and resources to invalidate Mammoth's water rights," end quote. Norby told the council that the amount of water involved, roughly 2,600 acre-feet per year, is less than half of 1% of the basin export from the Eastern Sierra. Norby said compared to LA's overall water supply, the amount is immeasurably small. Now to Mammoth, obviously it's a very big deal. For more than 50 years, Mammoth Creek has consistently supplied the town with more than half of its water. Now Norby said LA's real motivation in this fight is, quote, "a matter of speculation," end quote. LADWP and Mammoth are so far apart in their negotiations that an outreach has begun to Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, the LA City Council, and DWP Water and Power Commissioners to express Mammoth's opposition to the lawsuits and support a negotiated resolution which would avoid, quote, "a decades-long water rights battle," end quote. Now, the Mammoth Lakes Town Council agreed to send such a letter, and the Water District has asked the Mono supervisors to draft a similar letter. Norby planned to speak to the Mono board on Tuesday about this issue. The supervisors were expected to endorse the letter. Now, meanwhile, Water District lawyers get ready for a change of venue hearing in Mammoth Court. That is Thursday morning at 9:30. LADWP wants its lawsuits against Mammoth's water transferred to Fresno County Court. Norby has asked community leaders and citizens to attend the hearing to show the judge how important it is to have the cases tried in Mono County. Well, Mammoth Town Councilman Skip Harvey voiced what many see as a solitary view at last Wednesday night's town council meeting when he said that the town council needs to take responsibility for the MLL debt and for being far more open with the public about the strategies dealing with the debt and the possible impacts of bankruptcy. Now, the town of Mammoth Lakes had signed a confidentiality agreement with Mammoth Lakes Land Acquisition to keep quiet about secret negotiations over the $42 million debt. Now, Councilman Harvey said that since MLLA openly published a settlement offer through the media, through Sierra Wave's Bennett Kessler, why are the issues still in closed session? He said that Andy Geisel of The Sheet brought up the same issue at the last meeting. Harvey said the town attorney explained there are active legal matters and strategies which remain legitimately confidential under the Brown Act. Harvey said regardless of the Brown Act, people have a right to know. He said the public can't help the town if they don't know what's going on. Harvey said to the audience, "You need to know what bankruptcy means, what settlement means to our town. This lawsuit affects everybody in town. You have a right to hear from this council what it means and not from a high-priced attorney. They may know the law, but they do not necessarily know what's best for the community," end quote. Now, Councilman Harvey went on to say that it's going to be tough. It's a mess we've gotten ourselves into, he said. Harvey said it will take every single citizen and leader to help the town. We need to get out of closed sessions, he said. The people need to know. Now, no other Mammoth Lakes Town Council member chimed in to support Harvey's strong view. Councilman Rick Wood did say there are differing views on the council. He said each member takes the issue very seriously and don't operate in a vacuum. Wood pointed to the frequently asked questions posted on the town's website as a source of information. He also pointed to the structural deficit in town government with declining revenue. Wood said, quote, "We won't take the bait and violate the confidentiality agreement." End quote. Now, Thursday, the town sent out a letter to the editor responding to MLLA's March 23rd letter sent to us here at the Sierra Wave. And that was to be published. And the town council, the letter says, reported publicly and to MLLA that it is facing structural financial challenges above and beyond MLLA's $42 million judgment. The letter says the town faces budget gaps this year and next that add up to $3.4 million. Cuts and restructures lie ahead. Next fiscal year, the shortfall stands at 13% of the whole budget. The town says an across-the-board reduction would slash employee compensation, cuts to marketing, housing and transit dollars, reductions in public safety and snow removal services, cuts to recreation programs, and so on. This is why a fundamental financial plan involving both cuts and debt restructuring is important, the letter says. Well, Skip Harvey revealed that the MLLA issue did impact his decision not to run for town council. He said his decision had nothing to do with his health, which is improving every day. He said he wanted to take a breather to see how the town wants to do business. Are we the kind of town that wants to play hardball, or the kind of town that takes responsibility for our actions? I'm not quite sure, Harvey said. I want to take a break and see. Well, for the entire letter from the town of Mammoth Lakes, as well as more on this story, please visit our website, sierrawave.net. Well, the town of Mammoth Lakes Community Development Department and the Mammoth Lakes Fire Department have identified an issue with inserted wood-burning fireplace installations in town. Now, a press release states that if you have either a pellet gas insert installation or a masonry flue chase, these types of appliances or installations are not an issue. The issue is that wood-burning inserts placed in zero-clearance fireplace boxes with factory-built metal flue pipes and wooden chases may not have enough adequate clearance to combustible materials. And this issue can exist in all types of residential occupancies, from single-family to multi-family projects. Now, as a result of the clearances that may not have been met, combustible materials are igniting and several fires have resulted around town. Thus far, there have been no injuries, but both the town and the fire district feel that they cannot wait until something tragic occurs before they take necessary action. And at this point, both agencies are hoping to educate the town population to the concern. Now, the original fireplace contained fires that never obtained very high burning temperatures due to the amount of heat that went up the flue. Now, once the insert was installed, the appliance burned much more efficiently, causing the combustibles surrounding the original installation to be exposed to significantly greater heat levels. And another factor is the amount of use the insert is experiencing. Now, the issue is occurring throughout town. No certain complex, no certain installer, no certain type of product, nor any other common characteristic that allows the agencies to narrow down the likely installations of concern. One complex in town had 23 of 60 units show some sign of heat damage to combustibles. Permitted installations during the last 18 to 24 months that followed the manufacturer's installation instructions have been installed correctly. The town and fire district do not mean to alarm anyone, but do strongly believe that this situation is serious enough to inform the public on the use and installation of these types of wood-burning installations. If you need any further assistance or you have any questions, please contact the Fire District at 760-934-2300 or the Town of Mammoth Lakes at 760-934-8989, extension 244. Well, last Thursday, April 5th, Mono County Sheriff's Department investigators, in conjunction with the FBI, served several warrants in the Bridgeport area in regards to possible embezzlement from the Eastern Sierra Community Bank in Bridgeport. According to a press release from the Mono County Sheriff's Office, Roxana Foley, age 51, of Bridgeport, former branch manager of Eastern Sierra Community Bank, was arrested for felony embezzlement. Ms. Foley was booked into the Mono County Jail, Bridgeport, without incident. Now, this is an ongoing investigation with the Mono County Sheriff's Department, the Mono County District Attorney's Office, and the FBI. We'll be back with more news.